Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we're going to be doing another Puffin 4 short. This is a brand new one that just came out, and I want to see if I can get the name right, because this is an important one. Pathfinder 2E story, which I haven't played Pathfinder. I heard it's basically D&D 3.5, but without anything coming after it. And it's good and hyper detailed. But this one is the infamous TPK module. And I completely didn't just have to look up what TPK meant, because I definitely knew what that was in advance, and I already knew it definitely meant total party kill. And I'm just looking at this, and my only real question is, did Ben encourage the TPK, or did he walk into it? I mean, on the one hand, he's not that evil of a GM. I'll just wait for the people to stop laughing at the obvious. Not the case of that one. Yeah, having watched most of his videos and seen how he treats his players, no, he is an evil GM, and they will compensate by dicking him over by surviving. In this one, though, considering it's a TPK, I think he will succeed, unless he's a player, in which case it almost feels cathartic to watch him get dicked over by the story as much as he dicks people over when he's the GM. And I'm looking forward to this. That said, I don't know very much about Pathfinder. I've seen a lot of people talk about it, and it seems to be well received. Generally well liked, and a well-built system with books that are so much cheaper to get. Seriously, there's a significant drop in price for Pathfinder as opposed to D&D books. It's kind of scary. So if you guys don't guess it already, there is a link below to the original video, which you have definitely already hit. Hit the button, Tom. Why am I still doing that? Why? Just no. Link below, original video. Hit it up. Let's get started.
I ran some games of Pathfinder playtest a while back.
Oh,
there's
is
some
that a
percentage of my audience
goblin?
that doesn't play D&D but watches my videos, so if you aren't aware, there's another RPG
never got around to it.
system called Pathfinder run by Paizo. Their relationship in history is complicated, to say the least.
Yeah.
Paizo was coming out with a new Pathfinder 2nd edition and needed people to playtest it and get feedback on it. We liked
Oh, he was a
edition, so we were
playtester.
excited to try it out. One of the interesting things about the playtest material was that the designers, before each of the module, would write, like, this is why we wrote this module, this is what we wanted to test out. Each of the scenarios were varied and trying to gauge something different. Like,
is that an interaction
of
romance?
Dungeon crawl, the next test out overland travel, traps and environmental hazards, one test healing, clerics, another role-playing. Our group was playing through the
Oh,
module
so
one by
role-playing
one.
aspect, okay.
All right, are you guys ready to jump into the wonders of playing Pathfinder? Yeah! And the game starts with the players wading through waist-high mounds of feces, out of which a fecal ooze rises and starts spraying them with waste.
Oh, God!
No, I get it. Sometimes you just gotta...
They literally just got shit on by the game.
In charge of this game. The group was sneaking
A
past
fecal
an old
ooze.
encampment, trying to get up the side of a mountain. They failed
Who
their
thinks of
perception
this?
test. It doesn't look like they know that you guys are sneaking up there.
I guess you could say they're not very knowledgeable.
The gnolls
No.
ambushed you.
Oh, I guess someone's, know it all.
Just murder the character.
The alchemist is dead now.
They actually
Players were
did.
traveling through a hex crawl, trying to
Well,
uncover what
already
an
starting.
called the Night Heralds were doing. The way we did overland travel was we said the group gets 6 party actions per day.
Oh.
Each action is a 4-hour period of the day. So 2 of the actions we'll probably have to spend sleeping. It's 1 action to move, 1 to search, and 1 to move stealthily. If you're moving over familiar terrain, you can move 1 additional space, and if you move over mountains, it's difficult terrain. It takes 2 actions instead of 1. The clock was running as the Night Heralds were out, searching with their own plans. The players start off the adventure down the river, traveling to the lake, where the first enemy that they encounter is a lake monster.
What?
I didn't have stats for the lake monster.
What?
At the time, it's complicated. So
Oh,
instead, I just
he
looked around for
technically
something that
did.
was
Oh,
similar-ish at the moment. Purple worm. That's close enough.
What?
Even though the book says they can't swim, the purple worm's he's going
Very
to
big.
to learn
Really?
swimming.
He gave it
With the little
floaties?
floaties, taking some swim lessons, and now he's ready to take on the world. You go, little guy.
Oh, my God.
So that's what they fought. And he has a few levels in the players. Now, before this fight, I'm going to do a little aside about stats in Pathfinder. Let's say
What's different about them?
that you have a monster that has a set of stats that roughly break down into defenses, hit points, attack, and damage ratings.
Like most, yeah.
If you doubled the monster's stats, it would not actually be twice as powerful.
Really?
Because now you have a creature who gets hit half as often, meaning its doubled hit points are twice as effective, meaning it lasts 4 times as long. And while it's out, it's hitting twice as often. Doing twice the damage when it
Oh.
hits. So not only is it out 4 times as
Oh,
long, it's
that's
4 times as effective on its turns. So
because
really,
it's cumulative and
2
they
to the 4th
interact.
power,
Oh.
or 16 times as powerful. So the power levels can be a little deceptive. Even if you gave it a 10% power boost at each stat for each level, every
It's
2 levels
cumulative.
it would double in power. Bringing this back to Pathfinder, because they add their level to their rolls, a creature with a level or 2 is way more dangerous than what I was used to in 5e, where they just get, like, some extra hit points and maybe an extra attack. Whoops! The difference between 10th level players and 13th level enemy.
What did
is
he
a pretty
do?
steep power
Don't
gap.
say he
So when
was-
an enemy
oh,
has a
no.
few
How
levels
much of
on
a
the
level
players,
advantage was
what
it?
you have here is most of the party losing half their hit points during the first turn of the first round and having to run away. Actually, after the fact, I discovered that the Sea Serpent, what it's supposed to be, ironically, the stats are mostly the same. So I was originally going to write a joke about how my made-up monster was totally different from the lake monster stats, and it's turns out they're pretty much the same.
Huh.
There's a really weird situation to be in. It
He
makes
was
sense in the
accidentally
module
right?
because that's what's supposed to happen. He's represented as this beast that's crazy dangerous and everyone avoids, and he's one of the toughest enemies in the areas. And people are like, we don't go to lake because
What did they do?
Monster's gonna murder everyone. Later on in the Overland module,
Oh, they
the
actually
group
did
were
run away.
fighting several rocks.
I guess you could say someone's stuck between a rock and a hard place.
The elf is dead. Sorry,
The
goblin.
enemies, I'll attack you. Eventually, they managed to down one of the rocks and it tumbled down the hill.
I guess that's how we rock and roll.
Well, look
That
at
one was actually good.
The rock suddenly rises with 1 hit point and flies up the hill to attack you. So the module is made for tests.
I
Designed
love
to
it.
figure out
I love how the
different
puns
playstyles
are
to
actually
discover what
getting
players
him.
Like, what they don't like. Of course, it wouldn't be complete without it.
What?
You've also got a TPK module. One which is designed to fight the players with increasingly challenging encounters.
Wait, it's
until every
actually
single
supposed to kill
player
them all?
dies. In the module, they suggest not telling the players that they're in a TPK module.
Oh,
I
so that
wouldn't do
was
that.
intentional.
I mean, every player is different, but I could definitely see some people not being happy to find out part way through.
That is
Isn't it
dickish.
ridiculous that they have this module in here? I know, right? What were they thinking?
Not
Isn't it
this.
even weirder to actually, I don't know, play through it?
Damn you, Ben. He chose to do it, didn't he?
No, that's fine. Let's do all the things that you guys want to do. But just in case you're curious, the TPK module is called The Heroes of Underin,
No.
starting off with a party of 12th level adventurers.
Oh.
The entire module takes place in one room in the courtyard of a temple, where
Surprisingly
beneath is a
small.
ritual going down that the group is supposed to protect at any cost. But as they start, the ritual draws ire from the hordes and hordes of enemies as they swarm upon the group, coming off of a conveyor belt of murder with little or no time to rest. The monsters come in waves. First, slaver demons with haste cast upon them, teleporting in close to the PCs and immediately attack. Conveniently,
Whoa,
at a
crap,
range
that's
that lets
fast.
them charge in for the gore attack. After them, the players don't get much time to rest. 2 rounds later, they get ambushed by treachery demons and a toad demon. He uses reverse gravity on them and then pelt the characters with spells. And if the characters do approach, they cast mirror image on themselves and escape. before fighting.
How? Oh, yeah,
And
because
if
they're
that
supposed to
doesn't
all
kill the
die.
creatures, the round after them, 6 blood demons show up. Now, I'm thinking to myself, 6 blood demons, that's not going to do much. But
What do they
aha,
actually look like?
The blood demons are just a distraction, so that the actual threat, one 12th level slime demon, shows up and casts Cloud Kill and Stinging Cloud on the group, intentionally entering in through the back so that it targets the spellcaster. And after that, Dread Wraiths arrive and resurrect any dead players to their side as Wraiths.
Oh, come on!
That, the players make a reflex save as the entire graveyard detonates with a massive explosion as a bunch of ghost mages and a lich appear who have already cast on.
I mean, I know he said those are the TPK module, but holy crap! I mean, I haven't even played this module, and even I know this would, 1, be painful to get through, and 2, you are probably going to physically assault the DM by the end of it. I guess they wanted to test murdering everyone to make sure their monsters could, but holy crap. I just keep waiting for it to end and say they're dead, but no, there's another level of, you're going to die horribly. Oh, God. It's like you would need to break your characters even to break even here, and you're still probably going to die. Holy crap. Oh, just why?
On all their enchantment spells on them like Fly, Fire Shield, Mirror Image, flying out of range of the player's area of effect spells, while the Lich casts Dominate on the player's spellcaster
Mind control.
so that they can both start firing spells at the players. Then after them, That's when the Horde arrives.
There's
Up to
more?
12 risen corpses, which the risen corpses are not normal zombies. Oh no, they're all mummies, which means that the players will have to roll will save versus being paralyzed with fear and run the risk of getting hit with a mummy rod, which curses them. A Banshee is also
Still?
there. Now, Banshees, I should tell you, if you're like me and coming off of D&D, you're probably thinking to yourself, big whoop, they're like 4th level. In Pathfinder, they're actually way more powerful than liches. Like, yeah, they could totally kick a lich.
Because that's
butt.
closer to more
In
of
2nd edition
what they are in
Pathfinder,
lore
They're
than...
17th level. The
That's a bit of a
Banshees
jump.
fail, causing the players to become drained, lowering their maximum HP. But those guys are just a way to keep the players at bay.
They're the...
A Demi-Lich emerges and, of course, casts spells on the players at a distance. And if all of that still
You basically
didn't
need
work,
I cast
two
fire
Boar
everything.
Demons and a Wraith Demon ambush the party. The Boar Demons start out, instead of attacking the players, they attack their magic items. They have
What?
abilities that let them infect items. And the players hold on to the items or use them, they get sickened. This is to try and force them to get rid of their magic swag or any other things that they have.
Which
And
is bad.
then they teleport in 4 toad demons, who of course ambush the party and cast 4 divine decrees at the same time,
What?
nuking the area and the players are in for 28 d10 of damage versus 4 fortitude saves. And if all that still,
How?
if the players are still totally fine, the game has one ace in the hole.
Everyone just
They
dies?
send in just one guy by himself,
Is it good?
a Shemhazian.
What?
Just all by himself to TPK the party? I believe in you, little Shemmy. I believe in you.
A Shemhazian?
So he goes in there all by himself and petrifies the entire group and eats their corpses.
What?
At the end, in the plotline, it's written that the players' deaths were not in vain, and that because of their sacrifice, they helped others get the white axiom needed to defeat the villain. Or, if they actually managed to win, the module is really, really confused and says, "Huzzah! You win!" But you don't actually use these characters later in the module. 1, because they assume they died, and 2, because the later modules are testing other stuff. In the material, you make several groups of adventures to test different things, and you're not using the same characters for the entire storyline. There's a main storyline running through the module, and this was kind of a side quest with different characters.
So it was a
that's
side
the
quest
infamous
TPK.
module. Couldn't get them to play that game, which kind of got a bad reputation in my group.
Understandably.
It would have been that much fun for the players, but I'd certainly have fun.
No, you're not torn. You would enjoy it. Okay, 1. I'm actually really interested in going to Pathfinder now. That seems like fun. Because in general, it's a version of a D&D style game. Probably more accurate with Pathfinder than most others. And it just looks like it'd be easy to get into. And by easy to get into, I mean I can actually afford the rulebooks. That said, why would they need to test total party kill? Like, oh, yeah, because they want to make sure that they're actually building a challenging environment as opposed to, it's so easy, even when we try and kill you, we can't. Okay, I guess in that aspect it's fine, but that just seems like it would be horrible. Like, literally just write it on a sheet of paper, hand it to someone, and say, never talk about this again, because no one will believe we were this big of a dick. They'll think you made it up, and considering if they're giving it to Ben, it's actually a very likely thing that people would believe, because he would do that. Damn, though. 1, it's cool to see how leveling works and has a huge impact, and it's all very interconnected, and things actually have multiplicative effect. I'm pretty sure that's the correct word. Cool to see. That said, why? Why would anyone create a module? I mean, I know I've even told myself this already, but it seems to just come back to the default position of this literally does nothing but piss off your characters. Because, yeah, even if you win, you lose. It's just a side story. And unless you really telegraphed early on these people are going to die to make the players okay with it, and that you're just playing through the side story to see how this thing happened, unless they knew in advance, I don't think this literally just annoys the players, which is what it sounds like it did. It annoyed the players. Especially that little aspect where he said the DM was encouraged not to let people know they were playing a TPK intended module. That right there, I think, is the most dickish thing. Not that you're going to intentionally try and kill the party, but the party is given the belief that they can win. And while it might be a possibility if they get absurdly lucky, no, that's not going to happen. And God help you, if I was rolling, you would lose so fast. With my luck, I would accidentally kill everyone before the first monster showed up. I know what I said, my luck is that bad. I don't play the lottery for a reason. Yeah, just... It looks brilliant, honestly, and I love the video Puffin voiced it, but I question who thinks this up. And again, I have just done it again. I know why they did. They need to test to see if the monsters are hard enough to actually kill the enemy if they have the worst possible situation. But it also doesn't make sense because it's just such a fundamentally bad idea to get anyone to play that, even as a test. Do that in your own time, in a controlled environment, which I guess they treated this as, but if you can piss off the playtesters, oh God, I hope they didn't actually release it. I have mixed feelings on this. One, the upside is I'm actually interested in Pathfinder. It looks cool. Excuse me. It looks cool. The downside being, apparently the Pathfinder creation team who make the modules enjoys suffering as much as Ben does. Yeah, I'm sure that would backfire at all. So all the same, everyone, you guys know the deal. There's a link to the original video down below. Hit it up. And if you can, maybe even leave a like. Yeah, do that. I feel weird asking. No, I'm not going to do that again, no. All the same, everyone. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.